Just waiting for, there we go. Hello everybody and welcome. I should be live. Welcome to, so I actually haven't formally introduced this. This is my next Pokemon project. It's going to be the Hoenn region, and I am really looking forward to this. Like, you have no idea. I've been working on this, so I started working on this, everything you're seeing right now, on the 1st of this month. So this is about 3 weeks of, this is about like 3 weeks worth of building for me. It's just primarily been me. And I'm excited to show you all around. So I've been working a lot on terraining the world here, and I am having a lot of fun with it because I have a lot of cool new tools that I've been using. So I can go ahead and show those off when it comes to this stream. So alrighty, so I was here doing some quick terraforming in the ocean. The ocean's taken so freaking long, guys. I almost understand IGN's perspective here. Just kidding. I like Hoenn. So let's go ahead and finish off this little bit, and then I can show you all around, because I don't want to just leave this unattended. And it's almost done. Come on. Yeah, sorry I haven't been doing videos also. I have not been... I get really fixated on doing specific things, I feel like, and once I like jumped into Hoenn, like literally everything got thrown to the wayside, so sorry about that. I'm trying to start Kalos pretty soon, so we have at least something consistent to do. And also, it should be a hell of a lot easier because Dan and I literally live in the same house now, so... Alright. So, let's fly around here, and not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh yeah, let me double check and make sure. Let me also close out some of my stuff here real quick. Actually, let me just even do that. Close out of that. Close out of the Dropbox that is completely full because I stopped paying for it. Close out, or at least pause my backup software, because that's probably going to kick on in the background. It usually does. Once per day, okay. Always forget to pause that stuff before stream. Alrighty, there we go. So hopefully... Yeah, this is a great song. What song is this? It is the... Oh, yeah, Rival Battle. I love this. We use the secret base thing you made a few years ago? No, I'm not going to use that exact method. I'm entirely intending on making secret bases and stuff. How's it going? Actually, here, let me increase chat a little bit, because in 720p, that's probably... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. How's this? Put it right there. Alright, so... might as well head on straight to where it's kind of already done, so I can show off this a little bit. So here is our starter town. A lot of stuff still placeholders. Ozzy's been working on this. I didn't even notice. Oh, that's awesome. I like it. Oh, that'll be cool. And then throw some carpeting, maybe like carpet. This is what we were doing before we implemented... Come on. This is what we did before we implemented actual portals and stuff. We just threw carpets down. Yeah, that's looking sick. All right. So yeah, I've been working a lot on like out of bounds training and like making the world feel less flat than Kalos and Johto generally do. So... And then it's all blank right now because we're going to... I think we're probably going to use Ozzy's custom trees He has literally hundreds. The dude loves his trees. And we're going to try and like terraform them a bit. So like it's going to look a bit more like Vanaville Out of Bounds, but then we're going to try and really up the density and maybe like shrink the trees so like they can fit into like close to the edges and stuff like that, or like in little inlets and stuff. So I think it'll look a lot better. Are we gonna be having it in the male or female house? I'm just gonna make it so like in Kalos it's gonna default to the male character. It's just gonna default to Brennan as your Brennan, and then your rival is gonna be May or something like that. So I just feel like that's more simplistic than like changing up rivals and stuff. Like having two versions of rivals is gonna be a little weird. Like having 6 different versions of every encounter of rival, one for your Pokemon and one for your gender. That's gonna be, that just seems a little much to me personally. It's not something I quite am feeling up to. This is like the first water route that has been done, so it's the first water route that you're gonna really encounter. And let me go ahead and, that's really weird how barriers act underwater. I might want to do something like, I might want to just like change those to stone or something if they're under the water level. I don't know. I haven't done too much with like the actual out of bounds areas. So this is what is gonna be pretty much how it's gonna be set up. So there's gonna be like, these are all gonna get converted to barriers eventually, but it's gonna be like a wall that goes along the routes instead of like a hard, kind of like one of those ugly 4 blocks sticking out of the water kind of barriers. I'm trying to make it a little bit, I'm trying to actually like really pay attention to like the world and like the terraform this round to make it feel a bit more natural and stuff like that. So that should not be stone. Whoops. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I want to do something. Pixelmon has its own invisible blocks that are unbreakable that might not cause the water issue. Let me go check that, actually. Because also, I don't play around with a lot of Pixelmon blocks. So we'll check that out real quick. Because actually, that'd be really useful for seeing what I'm converting it into. Have you come up with an idea on how you're going to do the Reggies? Not really? So, like, I'm going to try and make it as true to, like, you need to figure out Braille. Ozzy showed me, I don't know if you guys have played the Sinnoh map that he made. Ozzy's made, like, Braille walls that you'll, like, have to figure out. And then, I forget what the criteria were. It's like, you have to have, oh, God. I can't test for having a Relicanth and Whale Lord in your party, but I might be able to make it so you could have a like you might need their Pokedex entries or something like that, because I can probably do the as like hidden advancements, and then if you walk into a specific area, it'll go ahead and trip once you have both those tags. I'll have to figure that out. Yeah. I mean, that's all come Redstone time. I'm still getting the world. I'm getting the world together time. But that'll be cool. So yeah, let me load up. This profile doesn't actually have Pixelmon on it. It's just some basic like journey map stuff, so. Let's pop into a Kalos world. I'm really curious. Because, like, I have not dug a lot into Pixelmon blocks, and it would not surprise me if they had new barrier stuff. Because, like, they had a ton of furniture and stuff, too. Are you going to make us go to space to catch Deoxys? I intend to. I was thinking about that. I was thinking you would have a giant area of kind of like Olympia's gym. You'd be in frickin' space, and then that's where you'd battle Deoxys. And you could have, like, a Rayquaza... Oh, Rayquaza statue underneath you. You're on like a little barrier that's invisible. Oh, that's gonna be cool. I'm getting so many ideas. Barrier. Right, invisibility isn't actually... You can't actually see any barriers in the creative menu because it's a give-only item. Like, I know the pressure plate you were talking about. Yeah, hidden pressure plate. I don't know if that's a thing, honestly. I mean, it's fine. Regular barriers work fine, and if I can just convert those into stone. I was also thinking of making my own waterlogged version of a barrier. Like, it's gonna be like a broken texture, but it's gonna be kind of visible. So it'll be what it bees. I haven't even dealt with the resource pack at all yet, so. All right, what did I want to do? Oh, hidden cube, is that what I was looking at? Well, I already closed that out. Crap. All right. Let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, I can show off... One of the more mountainous areas is obviously going to be around the desert and around Fall Harbor Town, or whatever it's called. So the desert is over this way. A lot of stuff hasn't been actually, like, materialed yet. Except for, like, the early routes. Like, a lot of it's still taking its initial form. Yeah, here's what kind of, like, the desert's looking like. This is going to be one of those maps that, like, I'm going to recommend for, like, people have a higher render distance if they can. Because, like, I'm paying attention to, like, all the out-of-bounds stuff, so theoretically stuff shouldn't be visible. Yeah, like, this looks really cool. And you're actually going to be able to, like, walk up here, because this is a platform that people can actually go up on. Hello. Okay, and then I have yet to actually terraform the volcano. It's, I don't know how tall I want to make it yet. And it's just going to be absolutely ridiculous. So if I... There we go. Oh, yeah, the Reggie theme. Oh, yeah, these... I'm gonna... Okay. Story time. Actually, I might even want to try and boot this up, because it's sick AF. Are gonna have the desert tower that they just had for no reason. Like the Mirage one? I might try to, honestly. That'd be cool. Like the one that just... Doesn't it just show up, like, on specific days or something? That would be really cool. Okay, I want to try this. So I found this project on GitHub, and it's fantastic. And I want to show it off a little bit. So I think it's... There we go. So the name of this project is CTR Map. Let me go ahead and kind of align that to the stream. Oh, it ran twice. Let's use this one then, I guess. So let's go ahead, raise it up, and then we can go ahead and load different zones. So I've loaded in a ROM of Pokemon, Omega Ruby, I think specifically, and you can look at very specific areas of the map. This is something that, like, I was incredibly concerned about for, here we go, Mirage Islands. Because these don't have exact and set, like, maps on Bulbapedia and stuff. This is not loading. Why? Yeah, it's not loading in a new area. What am I doing here? Let me close it out and rebuild it. Why is the town out there? Because I was terraforming the bottom of the ocean. So it's still technically there, but this is like 20 block drop. And when I put in the seafloor, it overwrites all of that. So this is actually... Oh, I gotta show you guys this. Maybe I could put in some barriers or something. Actually, let's just do it out of bounds here real quick. It is the coolest, so... Yeah, city's still there, but let me show you what happens when I put in the actual world. So let's fly over here. So this isn't going to be anything that's overriding what I need. This is all just going to be blank ocean. And oh my god, this is going to take a little bit. But there we go. So let's fly a little into here so it mixes. Oh, lag. That's a lot of lag. Okay, let's try here. And then let me boot up Hoenn, my style sheet. I did not have that pulled up. Ocean floor. This plugin is cool AF. So if I go ahead and use this command, TerraGen Fractal. The plugin specifically is Arcean. I believe that's how it said. Look at that. That just terraformed that entire ocean floor for me. I don't have to do that. So let's go ahead and fly over to... This is where... Yeah, that's where it ended. So if I just fly around this... This is basically what I'm doing for the entire bottom of the ocean. It makes it a lot easier. So I did pretty much in Kalos all of Azure Bay by hand. And this would have made it like... Could have done in like an hour. It's awesome. And then this will all be under the actual water. And that all can stay, because that's all out of bounds. So, yeah, it's ridiculously easy. I love it. Ozzy also found that. So let's go ahead and... So I was doing this. Mirage Cave. No, it's still showing. It's not actually, like, closing out. Hold on. Oh, this is risky. There's multiple Java things that I can close out of. I don't know what I'm trying to... How do I just close this out? Hold on. There we go. I had to exit out of NetBeans here. Are there any other mods that you thought of that might help build the map? Or are you trying to use the least amount of mods possible? Yeah, I'm trying to... My usual process is to make a world almost entirely in vanilla. So that way, if/when Pixelmon blocks break, the world doesn't drastically change. So like that was a kind of a big issue before in like the old like 2s and 3s version of Pokemon. That's probably not an issue anymore, but I still venture to like have a world that could be like formed in vanilla instead of like formed using Pixelmon blocks. That's mostly just what I stray towards. And that way it also transcends like giant leaps, hopefully, to like 1 point, whatever they do for after 1.16, so. Yeah, I try and keep basically my standard building tools are essentially just Spigot plugins. I'm running a Spigot server. Yeah, and as you can see in there, we had like WorldEdit, we had a bunch of other stuff. So let me go ahead and close this photo reference window. I have not done anything with it yet. Is it able to be used in single player? It's a plugin. So I'd go ahead and just make a Spigot plugin locally. Or like a Spigot server and use it locally. Because that's almost what I was doing, so. Oh, that's the underwater area for Sidopolis. What am I looking for? Mirage Islands? Yeah, so this was something that I was very concerned about because there's no like good references for these kind of things on Bulbapedia. Like there's hardly even indexes for them too. So basically what I do is I use the skating ice. I screenshot this. Then I open Photoshop. Create a new area. Paste. And auto contrast. That one did not work. That did not look good, at least. So, what we can try to do here, adjustment, brightness contrast, and really crank the contrast several times. Several times. And that way we actually have a bit of a useful image. And bam, it's the layout of one of the Mirages. So, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to build areas than it was before, so. Yeah, that's why Reforge worked somehow with the map before. How did it even work with it? I don't know what you're asking, Victor. Yeah, so one of the things I need to do eventually is like categorize and catalog all of the Mirage Islands and Mirage Forests and Mirage Caves. Those are going to be fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to having like all of those Pokemon there. But it's just going to be a pain. What is my... Oh yeah, this is GoBrush. I've been using it on nearly every part of the map. It has been remarkably useful. Like, it's probably defining how the terrain looks. Kalos, you might recognize the kind of like plateau style from... The heck was the town called? The one with all the waterfalls. I cannot remember the name. I should add a minimap mod. Yeah, I want to. Like, I think Journey Map, though, has specific TOS that you'd, like, obviously need permission for it to be redistributed, so I ventured to not add those. Same kind of reason I don't add, like, any backpacks is just, like, people obviously want you to download their map through their ad-supported links and all that kind of stuff, so. Oh, a Pokemon contest. You want me to talk about Pokemon contests? So, let me search for that real quick. It's gonna be hell, my dude. But I've started categorizing and cataloging it to try and make something custom. I have no idea if it's going to be at all practical or will at all work. But I've went through and categorized 617 Pokemon, or 616 Pokemon moves, mapped them to the Pixelmon IDs, mapped them to what kind of contest type they are, their appeal, and their jam effects, and their regular effects. And it's going to be awful. But I am looking forward to this, so I'm going to give it a shot at least to try and make it so like you're battling against some sort of NPCs, throw in some randomization to make it so it's a little bit more practical. I just realized, yeah, you probably can't even see this data, so let me zoom in real much. So you got the name, you got... These are the Pixelmon IDs. So if you slash entity data a Pokemon in Pixelmon, you get, it says their move ID and then it says their move PP. And through that, you're actually able to kind of track that and like determine what Pokemon moves they have. So I might have a scan function that like tags what moves they have. And then I could probably have like a menu pop up that like will display what moves that it stores and have different effects. I don't know. I put this together like months ago and it's no closer to actually being a reality. But it's yeah, it's cool. I want to give it a shot because that'd be a really unique feature. Like I couldn't name anything that has contests in it. So, are you gonna make areas chock full with secret bases? Yes, I intend to make secret bases that players can claim. Only have one base. And I was also considering doing something kind of Hall of Fame-esque from Johto, where you could like scan a team and then it entity datas a team together. Although like Pixelmon's a little weird with /summoning trainers and entities, so I'm not sure how well that would go. But that'd be really cool to do. Because in Kalos, I did entity datas that pulled from a function and just kind of like randomized the trainers for the Battle Mason. If y'all have played in the Battle Mason, that trainer just kind of gets entity dated real quick instead of like the Johto method where there's like a pool of 100 random trainers that it just pulls from. So like the trainers would repeat, but then in the Battle Mason, it's all like run through a random RNG kind of thing. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so function, you might be able to like scan through a player's inventory. No, you can't scan through an inventory. If you like throw out a Pokemon, you can like scan it for most of its properties and apply that to an NPC. Maybe if it's like, if you store... What is this? What song is this? Appeal Love. I don't know what that is. That just came out of nowhere. So yeah, I don't know. It might be possible to like redo trainers, but I'm definitely gonna try and do furniture. That might be possible just through an armor stand that you are able to place on specific materials. So I might actually have to like more heavily edit this than might have to like more heavily edit the resource pack that I'm used to. I tried and keep that mainly just on its own so people can use their own. Gonna have cutscenes in this map? I'd like to. I played around with that a little bit in Kalos 2.0, and that might be really cool to do more scripting when it comes to this, so... I probably shouldn't be doing, like, general terraforming like this, because that's literally the most boring part of making this map, is just going through and raising up terrain and all that. So let me try and do something else. What are y'all feeling? Because I haven't... Ooh, I mean, we could do something that's a little, at least a little more route terraforming. Yeah, there's furniture in Pixelmon, like, with the blocks, but at the same time, like... Well, actually... Yeah, there is a lot of furniture. I mean, there's not, like, specific furniture that you could do, but... that might work. Story's gonna... Story might be based on Emerald, for the sole fact that there will be one map, but there's 2 games for the world that I'm currently building, so... yeah, that's kind of a tough one. I might need to replay Emerald, because I can't, for the life of me, even remember if I finished it. But I might need to, like, replay it just to see how they wove together both of them. RS, but 4 Tree City is based on Emerald. Yeah, so the thing about, like, this route and this was originally based on the Gen 3 version. I didn't know about this tool yet. So if I actually go to 4 Tree City... there we go. I now have at least a decent view of the city, which I didn't have before. So I'm not sure. I mean, the layout is almost identical. Like, it's almost not worth thinking about, because this is just a bunch of blocks that are there to serve as an aid for me to terraform. That's pretty much all it is, and the city did not change. So why is auto contrast not working today? It worked perfectly on the other things. And it's literally just crank the contrast. Crank it again. Lower the brightness. Usable. Yeah, the layout is basically the same. Like, it's mainly not working about. The city's going to be the mall, because it's Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm not going to, like, pick and choose which things I really want for it, so it's going to be the mall. So let's try and route this river over this way real quick, because the river over here, this seems a bit deeper than usual. Let's drop this down 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Nice. So this will be where the river is based. Let's go ahead and carve this out a little bit. Get the basic shape of it going. This is one of the last land routes I think I need to do. Besides, I think Lily Cove has a bit, like, its higher areas, like the department store and like the ledges along the western coast need to be done. I'm streaming. I mean, you can come in if you want, but I'm streaming. What? Right now? Yeah. Yeah. Could you not run the Roomba while I'm streaming? No. Oh, wait, I have friends coming over later. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and run it. What? I mean, Austin has allergies. Go ahead and run it if it'll help him. Okay. Latios and Latias riding. Probably not gonna happen. Being real here. So it's just not easy enough to control where a player can and can't go without introducing a massive amount of lag. So actually riding it probably won't be that practical. So let me go ahead and connect these. Man, like, I'm getting so much nostalgia from this music. I think the music might have genuinely been what made me want to do this, so. Because, like, there's this amazing remix. I think the YouTuber's name is, like, Dr. Pez or something. He has, like, an amazing Gen 3 medley that, like, weaves all of it together and does it on, like, real instruments and has people play different tunes on different things. It is beautiful. I would check that out. I would check that out if you like Gen 3 music, or just Gen 3 at all, because it's really cool. Any plans for Christmas? I'll probably just go see my family. That's about it. Like, my immediate family. Not gonna be traveling, that's for sure. And this, what is this, Slateport? I think so. This is one of my favorite tunes of Gen 3. Let's have a little shelf like here. So a lot of what I've been doing has been like a continental shelf type thing, like a kind of terraforming for the ocean area. So a lot of it's just going to be like a steep drop off, but that's actually like geologically kind of real. So it's also pretty easy. How is How's diving gonna work? Oh. I don't know why I just went down to use a fly egg like that's built yet. Let me finish terraforming this real quick and then I can show you. Because I have a concept of it built. I have like a slight area carved out and terraformed that's on the on the earlier water routes, on the early 100s. Yeah, let me level this real quick. So diving is going to be entirely redstone based. I don't think there's enough area to like physically connect the entire map through diving. So I'm not even going to try, and I'm usually of the mindset of use portals and keep it as accurate to the games as you can. So like try to do that for like building interiors and all that kind of stuff. Warp, deferred. So over here we have the first dive spot that has been built. Oh. I don't know what this is either. Let's remove that. This OST is a kind of interesting effect. AS night vision. There we go. So this is going to be our first little dive spot here. So let's go ahead and... This is supposed to be, if you do set biome, swampland. This is what a dive spot's supposed to look like. I wish I could make like the under part of the water look more true to it, but it's supposed to be just a visual display that the water is deeper here. And then when you walk into here, I'm going to do something similar to like the Kalos prompts where it'll be like, once you know dive, of course, there is a dive spot. Do you wish to dive? Something like that. And then it'll teleport you down. It'll give you the effect of water breathing, so you won't die down there. But it's going to be a separate cave area completely devoted to like the underwater diving, so that's kind of how it's gonna be set up. I was over by forestry? I'm gonna be... Oh, I thought it was gonna be in the ground for a second. So this route's gonna be tricky, terraforming, because they do not match up on each side. So here we have... There's one of the Reggies, I believe. Yeah, this route I've terraformed and brought up all the way from sea level. So Mount Pyre will be here at sea level. This goes up. So each jump is going to be roughly 5 blocks. So 5, 10. Or no, it's... Yeah, 5, 10. And then it stays up 10 here. Which is already, I think, 10 up from sea level. So this is consistently 20 blocks. But then, if I were to do the same 5-block jumps, literally just this part, which is already the top area of all of this, so I think I counted up. This would jump up like 70 blocks, so it's gonna take a little bit of doing. Hey, Ryden, how's it going? Long time no talk. How have you been, dude? Let me check chat. I haven't checked it in a while. What about Latias and Latias riding? Talked about that. I think I'm caught up. Oh yeah, I was terraforming this little route, or the water here. Let's go ahead. Yeah, this is where it gets a little, where I need to be like a little precise, because I'm starting to touch area where the player can interact. So let's just try and keep it pretty much at its area, or its footprint here. I'm telling you, I really wish I had the overworld maps that, or the access that I have now. Look at all of these like marker lines. Like, I'm convinced that the scans that are on Bulbapedia were like literal scans from like a German handbook or something. Like, I don't know why there aren't cleaner versions. I guess like people didn't have access to them, or like there aren't official access to them, or what. It's kind of funny. So the waterfalls are just kind of tricky, dude. The slope on Route 5, I just never made it. It just wasn't a concern. Let's terraform this little bit. Yeah, this is mostly what my day has been. Just holding this flint and just holding a piece of flint. Right clicking and moving around, trying to not ruin the map. Which route's Route 5? The one with the skate park. The one, it should have had like a downward slope, but I never actually ended up doing that. It was pretty much just a straight line. And Kalos, yeah, Kalos itself is just kind of flat, but like I wasn't used to doing like mixing height differences between routes, so I can kind of show off of that. So I am going to try and do a bit more of that in Hoenn. And over here I kind of have an example of that already built out. So we have little ledges here that you can walk up, and then 2 block tall ones that you can't unless like you're on a Pokemon or a bike. Ah, the bike spots. The bikes are going to be awful. I'm going to be real here. I don't know how to do them yet. I don't know how to make it so like... I might be able to make it so if you're riding along on like a mock bike or something, and then like make special areas. Here's one of them. So if like you're within maybe here, or maybe like you're within here to here and riding a specific bike, it'll teleport you up or something and play a sound. But that's gonna have to be like an always on thing. I don't know. I might be able to make it work. Like, I think with a lot of stuff, I'm just really looking forward to like messing with Redstone with it. Because Hoenn has a lot of cool stuff I want to build. And like a lot of it that I think is going to be possible. And can be done with commands and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to building it. Like Hoenn, this is probably going to be one of my favorite things. Like favorite maps total. Because like it has a lot of the really cool content that like Johto has. It's going to be built in a lot more visually pleasing way, that I feel like, the way that it's shaping up. Is Hoopa Unbound going to be in it? You know, I don't know how I might do mythicals in this one. I might want to go the Kalos route where like they're kind of customized to different areas. Or like they're custom to like in the map. Haven't really thought about mythicals yet. Because I could also, I think Omega Ruby was one of those games that had like almost every single legendary through like mystery gifts and stuff like that. So like, I mean, there's also almost every single legendary through like all of the Mirage areas and like the fly map areas. So like the Latios and Latias flying around isn't going to be a thing. I'm going to try and incorporate that into the actual fly maps. Like I'm wanting to have, maybe after we build all of like the Mirage areas, having an area that appears as like a custom model on the fly map, and then like you walk over to it and then it'll teleport you to those areas, and the only way off is to fly off. Jirachi could be a gift in the 8th town, since that's a meteor crash. True. Yeah, because Jirachi was also like the closest thing to a mystery gift that it had before. There's just no, like, unless I want to make A custom input keyboard. I can't think of a way to realistically do Mystery Gift Legends. And like, even then it's like, at that point, is that something you really want to do? If you think about it. Probably shouldn't be terraforming that just yet. So let's try and raise this up. So this is a step of 10 up to this level here. And this I can build out a little more because this is different mode. This is going to be 10 blocks up for sure. And then that links over to this bit here. And then this will go over here. What's my favorite game in generation? I have a lot of love for Gen 2 because it was my first game. I don't know if it's my favorite anymore, though. I don't know. I mean, honestly, like, I haven't replayed it a ton, but Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire might be one of my favorites right now. And I'm not saying that just because I'm building it. Like, it refreshed one of my favorite things. What's this song? Champion Steven. Is this like the intro to Steven's battle? Or is this like when you're interacting with him out of battle? Or like earlier in the games? I don't know. I really like Gen 2. How many hours do I have in Kalos? I don't know, dude. I had a... Oh yeah, I can check this because it's all on the same server. I have spent about 4.5 days uninterrupted on this server just terraforming stuff. So, spread this across a few weeks is how many days per hour I've been putting onto this. Might as well be a job. Oh, it's so fun though. Like, it's so cool seeing... Oh, wait, this isn't actually part of the cliff. Well, it is now. Yeah, I feel like Heart Gold and Soul Silver and probably Ores are like my top 2 favorite games. Like, I just feel like there's so much to do and like so many NPCs and all that. I don't know why I went to NPCs. I'm not really sure NPCs make a difference. But yeah, it's just one of my favorite regions, I feel like. Like, Hoenn is one of my favorite regions. The Johto and Kanto mixes are going to be some of my favorites. I guess this one I can do step up 3 or 4? So that would leave... If that's a 4-step, that'd leave maybe like 2 blocks on this one to step up to that. Yeah, this whole route's going to have to kind of be minimized. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's try that. Let's try having this one be a step up of 4. And then let's grab the edges a little bit finer of a point. And then we'll have our stairs that go along this. One thing I've been considering is just like keeping this on my main machine for a while. So this, because this is most of what I do nowadays. And if I can get that not sent to a server, processed, and then sent back to me and just have it locally, that might help a lot, honestly. So here is an area that is all grass. Trying to think. Anything else you guys want to see its progress so far? Most of the worlds. Mainly still in schematic form, but I'm happy to show off whatever is currently built, so, or currently in the world. And connected. Yeah, and then the next step up here, let's outline it around here, and then we'll do another step up. Any interiors? Not yet. No building interiors have been built. For me, it usually comes last. Or not last, but like comes kind of like second to the exteriors. Even though they're going to be completely separate, they're just kind of like a different phase for me. So like I built all of Lumio City before I built any of the interiors. Am I going to build a rocket? That's going to be the plan. That'll be fun. Never built a rocket before. So, don't know if I'll be doing that or if I'll leave that to somebody with better building skills. Like, I don't want to lean too heavily on Ozzy, but at the same time, his stuff's so good, dude. What music is this? Oh, Sky Pillar. Cool. Lumios is just empty houses. Yeah, it has a lot of variants of like the same areas, which made it kind of easier on me, but it was still like a lot of base stuff to build. Like once the base interiors of like the cafes, the base interiors of like the office buildings and office space was built, it was a bit easier. But yeah. Still took a while. And then this will be up, what did I say, 3? Yeah, so that'd leave that a little bit as a step up 2. I think that works. This whole route's just, it's not going to be as like extended as it will, like it looks to be in game. But I'm still looking to have it be like steps up and stuff like that. And still at least connect. So right here. Want to make a public server and link all the regions through the server? I mean, personally, I'm not big on hosting servers. They're a lot more like upkeep and maintenance and costly and that kind of thing. So I tend to just gravitate towards like making maps and stuff like that. I'm not too big on like troubleshooting or, well, I mean, obviously like I have to help troubleshoot people that are having issues with the map, but it's a bit easier when they're not like on a server. IMO. This looks so bad, like the schematic version. Yeah, it looks better when the materials are changed out from wool and terracotta, so this is just essentially just shaping the world. It's pretty much all I'm doing. Alright, and this area can be very easily just overwritten or raised up indiscriminately. Oh, the leader's theme. Cool. Yeah, the schematics just make it look awful. But it's still like the way I do things. Like even going back to Johto, it's all been schematics. Always has been. It's always been a base image converted and shown off. So this one is a step under the bridge. So maybe we can make this like 5? So that way there's still like a 5-block clearance between the player and however low the bridge will hang. Let's give that a shot. So this bit will be raised up like 5. There we go. Countdown to destruction. Cool. Let's raise this up a little bit in the core. The giant Pokeball is where items are? Yep. That's why that's what the annotated map looks like. That's also why all of the... That's kind of why there's also lines and random German words. I can't tell what that entirely says, just based on the low-res schematic. Build your own burger. What are you putting on? So definitely cheese, ketchup, mustard, and then onions, tomato, or not tomato, onions and lettuce are usually like a kind of mood thing for me. And then, what does... Trying to think what like In-N-Out and Freddy's kind of put on their burgers, because that sauce is also dope. Whatever they put on those. This would probably be my ideal burgers. Let's go ahead and... So that's going to be a lower area where the stairs lead up to, and then you surf on here. I'm going to try and control surf a little more this round because it's a lot more important to the world. I'm probably going to make it so there's a stat that you can make it that detects if you're like swimming at all in the water. And then I'll probably make like each area, if you try and swim in it before you know surf, teleport you back. The rapids area I'm a little more concerned about. I might be able to make it where the same... How did you say port the image in? I can show that off real quick. Because I also need to import... What is it called? I need to import... I'm going to import a couple more things down here without any of the annotations. So I want to import... Synopsis or whatever this is. I could never really pronounce this. I want to import this without the... with all the lettering and stuff, so let me go ahead and show that off real quick. I'm not going to actually import it into game right now. Or I guess I could, but then I'd have to upload the world. I'm not going to import the full thing, but I can show you how to make like the schematic of it, so... Looking good. Decided this is going to be a map or a server. Map, definitely. That's just me. So let's see. Yeah, so these things are base source images. This is what I was looking for. This is what I want to import because it's so much cleaner and easier to work with. Because like you can see all the steps a lot easier. There's less bits hidden. So once you have an image, you go ahead and save it. For me, Pokemon Hoenn, source, photos, already made there, so go and override it. And then one of the tools that I consistently use for all of this is it's called Spritecraft. And if I go ahead, yeah, I even have a version that dates back to like 2014. So if I go ahead and run it, you're presented with this, and then you can go ahead and import an image, literally any image here. And then you, at the bottom left, I don't know if you can see that, you need to like punch, you can punch in required size, which I'm going to try for like, let's try 500 as a starting width. I need the Pokemon Center to be roughly 30 blocks. That's what I've been basing it off of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Let's go for like 550. Create blueprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That is perfect. So this is about how big the city will be. You can kind of see the scale of blocks. And then if I go ahead and save the schematic, let me pull the name. Pokemon Hoenn schematics. Oh no, wait, I need source photos. And then I do 550W for the width, because if I need to reference that later, and save schematic. And then what I would do once I have that schematic, I would go into Tools, MCEdit, whatever version works, load it up. And then use this as an example Hoenn. Ah, that was a good neck pop. All right, and then you go to the import tool down here. You go and find your schematics. Schematics. And there you go. So by default, it's oriented south to north. That might be why Johto was actually oriented that way too, now that I think about it, because all of the schematics in MCEdit were oriented that way when I made it, and I didn't want to, maybe I didn't want to redo it or something. But if I fly over this way, because there should be some flat land to the south here. It's still stone, there we go. And we'll overwrite the actual city. There she be. Is this actually going to be a bit bigger then? Well, I guess it's actually a bigger image too. It's got more of the outside border. And then you just go ahead and import it. Let it record those chunks. Why the wind music? I just like filtered everything that was more than a minute. It's pretty indiscriminate. You got this, MCEdit. I don't want to record undo, but it's kind of not needed. Oh, it's the birthday theme. Hey, has anybody gotten this in Kalos? I'm very curious. Because it's in there. You just need to play a lot. Or at least be on for a long time. Because how long is it? You need to spend roughly 120 hours. Victor, you're the only person I'd believe has actually gotten this. TBH. All right, and then it's copying in the schematic there. This should look nice actually. I need to import this into, I mean, the only reason I haven't imported it into the world I'm currently working on is because I don't want to upload it to FTP while also on stream, because that also takes like maybe like 10 minutes, maybe more. How's it going, Kozier? And that's also when I'm having that's also when I have all of my internet speed. Don't even get me started on also trying to stream while using upload bandwidth. All right, and then once that's in, as you can see, we now have a top-down view of the world in wool, and it is looking pretty solid. Yeah, so the basics of it, you just need to know Spritecraft and MCEdit. Those are the big things. So I'll go ahead and just throw that in because it's... I think it was even in my like original tools of cool stuff. But yeah, I cannot recommend that tool enough. It is like... It literally builds the foundation of all of my maps. Cannot recommend it highly enough. Ah, freaking love this music. I will listen to this music on my own time too. Why is my Minecraft not responding? That's a good sign. There we go. Yeah, so I needed to make that schematic anyway. So thanks for reminding me. I also need to do that for Mount Chimney and the Jagged Pass, because it's also a cleaner version of it too. Like, it's cleaner in that there's no annotations, but then there's also... See, I don't think I was playing around with MCEdit 2.0 on like newer worlds, but I straight up don't think it's compatible. Like, you might be able to now, but like last time I looked, it was in beta and didn't work properly. Like, it kept crashing when I was trying to import stuff into like a more modern world than 1.12. Which part of me is like, I know that because like a lot of mods are holding back or like trying to update to 1.16 and stuff like that, like newer versions. You might be able to make like a Spigot server or something and import it using WorldEdit instead, because that schematic file that it generates, you could just throw into this server and import. And actually, I'm gonna do that real quick, because that's actually really easy to do. It's just kind of iffy on that, so, or like iffy on like resources. It's easier for me to import it to not like import it directly into the chunks using MCEdit, but if I'm doing out of bounds, it actually doesn't matter. Why not try using World Painter? So fun little story here. If I load up Blender here, we found, like, in the kind of like research phase of looking into Hoenn and all that, or like looking into like ways to do Hoenn. If I go ahead and load up, it should be in my downloads actually. Soaring overworld. Was it not actually in there? Oh, I have to do file, import, and then I think it was an OBJ file? Let me just look manually. Overworld, it is a day file. Gotcha. File, import, day. So, fun fact, we were going to use something like this for Hoenn, and we could have probably also done something similar to this with World Painter. Honestly, though, it doesn't go well for routes themselves. Like, look how simplistic some of these routes are. They're literal lines. So this is the thing that like you actually fly around on in Like this is like, I think a model rip I found online of like areas, and like you can see how simplistic a lot of these routes are, that like they don't make practical sense. Like if you're going for like a beautiful overworld, that's absolutely doable through like World Painter, and like you're probably going to get better landscaping and stuff too. But at the same time, like for me, you lose out on like the precision of recreation. Like, look at what I'm doing. I'm literally brushing over a schematic of the world of like Hoenn, and I'm trying to like recreate it almost pixel by pixel. And that's kind of lost when you try to world paint it, unless like you throw in a schematic over it. But then it also becomes like a spacing issue a lot of the time. That was one of the things I was most concerned about. So Ozzy originally converted this world into a Minecraft schematic, and beyond it being like a little too small, like what the hell would you do here with the jagged pass route? Like, World Painter looks amazing, but like for me it's not what I'm going for, you know? Like, I'd like to maybe incorporate it into something, but it's not. That's how you move! I am such a noob to Blender. It literally took me that long to figure out how to like rotate the camera. Anybody know how to like shift around left and right? So that's how you pivot. I'm used to Cinema 4D. But yeah, like a lot of these routes are like too simplistic, and like unless like any like short of throwing a schematic down myself, like if you're going for a full overworld view, that's cool. Like I've seen a lot of World Painter stuff that looks freaking amazing, but it's not like pixel for pixel what I usually go for when I recreate my maps. Like, I'm a little stingy about that. Like, I like it being based on the maps that you have ran around. Like, that's what I'm going for. That's more my style. Even if it, like, sacrifices some of the overworld perspective. My thought was you could do schematic and then use World Painter for elevation. I mean, I haven't actually played around with World Painter that much. Like, I think I might have tried at one point. I can't remember what I was doing, though. So, like, I don't know much about it. But a lot of the elevation can be done by hand, usually. Like, I don't know how precise it is. Like, if you could select stuff in, like, box form, like MCEdit, I could see that being helpful. But, like, at the same time, I might as well just, like, go in and do it myself, and using tools like this too. Like, I don't know. What is this jukebox music? Or not jukebox, music box. Oh, it's just titled The End. Let's go to Hall of Fame. It's right next to it. Ah, good stuff. Yeah, I do think Ozzy was gonna like play around with Kalos a little bit, trying to base it on a schematic, but I think he was also having issues with the scale of it, maybe? Like, I think it might have been a too big a world, so it like kept forcing him down to like 4,000 wide or something. Yeah, because like he was very much like, dude, Out of Bounds is ugly as sin. And he's totally right. But also, like, I've never also put this much time into Out of Bounds stuff, so like for me it's always been like, it's Out of Bounds. What's player care? John, you're the new champion. How does it feel? Ooh, those camera guys are going to be interesting. those camera people. Because I think newscaster and camera dude that like follow you around in battle. Yeah, radio programs might be kind of interesting. Or no, it's like in Hoenn, I think it's like TV programs, isn't it? Honestly, like I'm hoping I get. I've been looking for like Alpha Sapphire at game stores and stuff to like try and replay without resetting my shiny charm. And I've yet to find it. I'm wondering if my dad might have found it or something, because I know he's been out on the lookout for it for Christmas or something. I've been meaning to replay without resetting my shiny charm, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. If anything, like from a perspective of like I'm building this now, but then also just like a, you know, I really like that game, I want to replay it kind of perspective too. But like literally at this point, anything I play through it, I'm going to be looking at it from the perspective of, all right, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Oh God, I'm going to have to do this, aren't I? Because that's what it was after, that's what it was after I rebooted Kalos. Every time I played through it, I'm like, oh boy, how's this going to go? Hang on, I might not recognize you because of the username. Are you the same person in my Discord that's been doing updates on Kalos and stuff? Because that's looking nice. I like the building. I like the buildings. And it's also seeming pretty true to the game. Do 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 do. Ah, man, like, Hoenn brings back so many good memories for me. Like, that was, like, I played that more than Crystal. Crystal was my first game, but I feel like I played, like, so many more hours of Hoenn than I did, even Johto, honestly. Like, I was originally going to build Hoenn next, or I was considering it at least, after Johto, because like order-wise, that would have made sense. But I did feel like after like looking at Johto, there were better maps out there with Hoenn than I could have possibly done. And how am I gonna do this? Ugh. Okay, so I might want to raise this up like 5 or 10 blocks. Do I want to raise like the city itself? I think I might put like a staircase or something in here that goes up like 5 or 10 blocks, and then have this last bit here be like a 5 or 10 block. Because the way this is looking, you jump over here, but then also you aren't able to actually go underneath the acrobat parts, are you? What does this actually look like in game? First of all, what route am I on? I cannot remember for the life of me. Let's start here. 120? Wow, close. 119. Okay, so yeah, if you can't go under it, then that makes it a lot easier to route 19. Yeah, so that makes it a little easier. Let's go ahead and select all of this and get it to ice skating mode. Oh, yeah, zoom. Normal. Slidable ice is my go-to preset. It's not changing any of the color though. There we go. Yeah, so that's as far as I can zoom in. So yeah, let's see. This is exactly why I wanted this version of the map instead of the the overlaid one. Yeah, so like you would go along. I should know this because right around here was like my favorite. Right up here might have been my favorite secret base part. So I would go this way. I would go down this way. Go past the dude that's hiding in the little cutout there. That I might want to do with banners or something. Go down here. Waterfall up. Go over this way. Go over this way. Yeah, so I'm not missing anything. So this can theoretically be ground level with the waterfall, which means I wouldn't have to bring up the city at all, which would be great. This would just have to be going over the water here, which could probably work. Because this is, we could say this is like 5 blocks up over it. And then this starts at 5 blocks. This goes down like 2. This goes down to water level. And then this one steps up 5 blocks. This ledge here. From water, or no. Maybe 2 and 3? I think that should work, actually. Have I beaten the Elite Four thing again? Like in like what game? Yeah, see, I can't see. Everything is blocked over here. It's so annoying. And then let's drop this down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Have I beaten the Elite Four again? Oh yeah, the music. It's all on shuffle, so if there's like 4 different things to the Hall of Fame and Elite Four and the credits and all that, that'll show. Yeah, this is also one of my favorite routes that I have very fond memories with. Obviously, I've made my go-to secret base here. Secret bases are going to be fun. Like, I'm looking forward to making that redstone. A lot of the stuff is going to be, like, complicated, but it's going to be at like, a labor of love. Because this is increasingly growing to be, like, one of my top region. Or, like, yeah, it might be, like, it's probably my top 2. Number 2. Because I still feel like Johto is more dear to my heart than Hoenn, but Hoenn's like, oh man, it's close. I wonder if Pixelmon furniture would be the way to go with that, because you can make things have specific tags. The secret bases, I'm probably going to have to do can place on tags and stuff like that. So that way you can actually do that, where you like place your own furniture, or maybe like I could try and do some sort of hologram like way of doing it. Or like some sort of like trickery with models. Because like if all secret bases are made of the same thing, you could go and place furniture in your friend's base or something like that. Which, I don't know, maybe could be, like, funny or something. I don't know. Yeah, if the floor material's, like, consistent. I wonder if I can track specific, like, placing of different things with scoreboard tags. I might be able to. Scoreboard, objectives, add, test, stat, place? What are the criterias here? Stat, use item. And let's see if this is actually place tracking. It absolutely is. Okay, that might actually be the way to go. Because I can detect. I just realized the stream can't actually see it because I've cropped out that little bit of my screen. You can't technically, like, see what people say in chat, to my knowledge. Like, I don't think there's a way to test for that. But yeah, I think you might have gotten, like, some options. So maybe that's the way to go? I don't know. Reporters are, like, probably going to be like a Hoenn 2.0 kind of thing. I'll think about that later. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what kind of feature sets I want to try and go for on Hoenn 2 or like 1.0. I think secret bases are going to be fun enough that those should be in the first edition. I think obviously like music. Music, probably a map. I'm wanting to like make the Pokegear in this a little bit more complicated than the Holocaster was. Like I was playing through that Harry Potter, the Flu Network map, and I was getting some ideas for what I might be able to do for like a GUI for being able to like either right click or throw an item as an input. So like there's multiple different ways of interacting with a single carrot on a stick. What I was maybe thinking was like you could throw it to like switch between different modules. Because in the Pokegear, there's like, there's the map, there's a bunch of other things like the Pokenav, there's like the verses. It has a bunch of different modules, and I was thinking maybe you could toggle between them. One of those could be music, and then right clicking would like change the different things when you're on the Pokenav. So like you would have the carrot, like the Pokenav, you would right click it and it would bring up a screen or something, and then you could click it again to go away. I don't know, like that'd be next level though. That'd be really cool. Up 5. Oh wait, I am on pull. Or no, I'm on push mode. Yeah, that's gonna take a lot of getting used to. Kanto, nah. Kanto, like, I don't know though. I also said that Hoenn kind of felt overdone when I was doing it. So maybe someday, but at the present day, I have no desire whatsoever to revisit Kanto. I've tried it a little bit in like my early days. Maybe making like a new Kanto, or like helping Ozzy with his Kanto, I think is what he's been working on. I don't know if he's still on that. He bounces from all sorts of things. I don't know. There's just been so many iterations of Kanto. I'm finding myself really wanting to do anything with it personally. For me, it's always like Kanto's just been part 2 of Johto. Galar? Nah. I mean, first of all, I don't even own the game. I've played through the story, but like, I know, who was it? I think Pixel Dip was doing a series on like his custom built Galar stuff, but to my knowledge, like I think he might have actually left YouTube or something. I think literally I was just hearing that from I was following a YouTuber, Flame Plays, that was playing through my Kalos map, and then I think he was friends with Pixel Dip, and he was saying that like Pixel Dip's done. I don't know. I don't follow those people really closely enough to talk about them like that. But I don't know. Yeah, if they're not doing YouTube anymore, they're probably not building the Galar region anymore. But Galar is like, I have no like fondness towards it. If anything, I just have like general anger towards it. Because I'm still a little peeved that they're not allowing me to make my collection whole. That it's just like a couple hundred models. Come on, literally, you're just slow trickling them in. I'm waiting for Sword and Shield 2 or whatever. Whatever their next game is. Hopefully they'll have more models and stuff again. I'm thinking if anything, my next map might be a Lola. Like, I'm not committing to anything after this. Like, I don't know what I'll be doing. But a Lola would be kind of cool. Yeah, I was looking at the list of Pokemon that aren't even in Sword and Shield, and like, freaking Rattata isn't in there. Paris. I thought they freaking, like, loved Gen 1. I thought they were, like, all about the Gen 1 stuff. Because clearly they keep making Gen 1 all the time. On, like, every conceivable thing you can think of, you can probably play Kanto on it. Game Boy Color, check. Game Boy Advance, check. DS. Part Gold and Soul Silver, it's technically there. Oh wait, yeah, literally virtual console stuff. Yeah, they don't even have Weedle. I don't know what they're doing anymore. I'm trying my best not to financially support the direction they're heading. Like, I've played Dan has Sword and Shield. I can't remember what version he has. I've played my sister's version of Shield. I'm not buying any of the DLC. I don't even own the base game. Certainly not buying it from the Nintendo store, because also I like hanging up a lot of my Pokemon collectibles and stuff. I literally have my original version of Ruby, my original Game Boy Advance, my Game Boy SP, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Emerald, Sapphire, hanging up outside, my original Diamond and Pearl, Platinum. That's the reason I still buy physical copies. Because they're worth it. I have not played Cyberpunk. Honestly, like, it doesn't, like, appeal that much to me. I'm not really sure why. Even before the bugs, I'm like, eh. Like, I don't know, it seems like futuristic, which I thought I'd be into. It seems like Grand Theft Auto, which I fucking, like, love. I don't know. Cyberpunk just hasn't appealed to me much. Maybe eventually when it's on sale. Or working. That'd be nice too. So I've been hearing. Okay, so these... boy. You know what I just realized? There's some stairs there. Not anymore! Let's see, how should we do this? There's a little step up here that I can go up like 5. Good boy. Don't go onto the... I have to be like afraid of like laughing or lagging when I'm holding down right click for this tool, because like if I veer off like off the wrong block, like if I'm not looking at the right block, it'll start doing very imprecise stuff. Water, everyone. Yeah, Hoenn's got a lot of water, dude. Alright, so the ladder reaches up to here at 5 blocks. So that should, yeah, that should be even there. So let's terraform it over here. Right along the edge. Bada bing, and then let's so it'll go along here, along this outline. Too much water. Dude, I've almost started agreeing with them. This is so much water to terraform. And it's like, it's a lot of it's just a lot of water. Like, I get it's like kind of the yin-yang, water and fire. Or like water and ground. But, it's a lot easier to raise stuff up than it is to like push stuff down. I mean, it's a lot of water. I don't think it's too much water. It's just a lot. Let's go home. Okay, so this bit can be brought up in a less precise manner. There we go. Pull all this up. Are you gonna do the Sea Marvel or Abandoned Ship? Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go. I mean, I'm thinking like we're gonna have something there. I guess it's easy enough to like not have it there because it's its own little inlet. But I want to do something. Just a lot of water. You're not wrong. I can spend like, I mean, I guess with how much of the map the water covers, I shouldn't feel like too annoyed with it, because it's also like I could be spending probably the same amount of time doing the land routes. And like, if you look at how many routes it has, it is a lot of the map. It's just when you've been staring at like blue wool more than you've been staring at green wool, it gives the perspective of like, yeah, there's more water than land. Which I think is kind of what it's been, because like it's a lot more difficult to do water barriers and like the edges and stuff like that. Alright, let's battle the Elite Four for another time. Thanks, Shuffle. Alright, so from here, I think I was going to have that go up 5. That single staircase. Huh. I can't remember what I was saying. I mean, obviously this needs to come up a little bit. Let's do this 2 blocks and let's do this 3 blocks, I suppose. Since we're not going to have a lot of staircase here. Real quick, we can do this one. So let's go up 3. Yeah, this works. That was the opposite of what I wanted to do. Yeah, this should be relatively quick here. An adventure map based on the Entei Unknown movie? That would be an interesting concept. I was thinking of like non-mainstream games for like a potential next map. I was kind of considering like Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, but then the impracticality of like how the hell would Shadow Pokemon work kind of was like, yeah, never mind. I was thinking also like Pokemon Ranger might be an interesting like smaller base map, because like the the Fiora region's like a lot more simplistic than the main games are. Or a Darkrai movie. I don't think I've actually seen the Gen 4 movies. I think I stopped watching the anime sometime in Gen 4, but I don't think I made it that far. Because I literally have DVDs of like the Latios and Latias movie and stuff. It would be really cool though for like a, if I had like coding skills. If I knew how to like do anything in freaking Java. Imagine making like a custom Pokemon side mod that introduces shadows and like the ability to catch them, and like it'd be all custom. I mean, what I usually do is like when I'm digging into code and stuff, like I tend to just modify existing code to see like what I need. Which, I mean, isn't that usually coding when you're just Googling for what works? Please ask Ozzy to make the tuxedo for the contest. Oh, for clothing? That would be kind of fun. I don't know if we're gonna do much clothing. Because like right now, I think a lot of the restrictions with armor come from the Minecraft version, where like the models are incredibly limited on what you're really able to do. All right, and this will step up. What'd I say? 3-2. It's the only clothing in Hoenn. That didn't carry over from X and Y? I guess if that's supposed to be like a landmark feature of the region. Style. Style. Yeah, this should work. Definitely not as elevated as I was hoping, but it works, I suppose. Hang on. Let me show you a cool little site that I found. So I found this site. It's called model-resources.com, and it's got a bunch of stuff in here. Oh yeah, I see it's a lot of the secret-based stuff that I was thinking of, and then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire didn't have like a lot of the clothing. Ah, look at the pine tree. The pine tree that's literally everywhere. Yeah, these are cool. I wonder if we can like convert these into Minecraft form with like models. I need to get whatever Ozzy has. He converts stuff to... He has stuff that can like take stuff from like 3D models and turn it into Minecraft blocks, or like convert it into blocks and then convert that into Minecraft or something. I don't know what his process is, but I want him to show me so I can like start getting us some like blocky looking Snorlax stuff that's basically like derived from but not the original, because that'd look cool. I love those little Poké-Dolls. I think I saw Vegan Jesus, he's making Pixelmon Tempest in, I think that might be public now? I can't remember. I think the server might be. He has like a custom, I think he custom made the secret or like the substitute doll, and it looks fantastic. But he's also done like custom Pokemon and like legendary and mythical forms, so I think he might just be that good that it looks almost identical. But he also introduced those, I think, through his own custom mod. So that's kind of out of the realm of possibility for me right now. I was actually looking into like MCreator a little bit, I think is what I was looking into for making a custom Minecraft mod. But I did not even get so far as like creating a custom item or something, 'cause I know literally nothing. Not even completely sure what languages they're in. Pretty sure Java, but I can't be sure. A YouTuber making Unova put models into their world. I haven't seen any Unova stuff. Then again, I've never really looked for it, so... I did end up getting a copy of Black, but I haven't played through it at all. Which I really need to. Because, like, I hear it's good. Like, I hear it's worth playing. Alright, let's... So it's not... This isn't perfect. Like, I wish this was a lot more steep in cliff faces. But it works. It gets what it needs to do done. I wish it was, like, more expansive. But it has to connect to areas when the main game doesn't, so... Unfortunately, it is what it is. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's go ahead. As this area looking through, none of it is updated on the typography. Let's relog, because that usually helps. Yeah, there we go. Now we're starting to get a feel of the land in typography mode. Missing a little bit. I wonder if that's a setting where I can keep GoBrush from resetting my settings if I relog. Because it's always my least, like, I would relog and log off more if I could have those saved between, and I almost always use the same settings, just kind of in a more specific range. And I think this this river is pretty much made. Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna do the Rayquaza and Zinnia things. That'll be interesting to figure out together, though. Merry Christmas, by the way. We're like 6 days away from that, my dude. Oh yeah, all of this needs to be finished terraforming, too. Just this little coast for visual effect here needs to be done. Because it's essentially just brushed along the edge here. Because this isn't going to be a cliff face that the player sees at all, so who cares? It's mainly just for mapping purposes. So it goes along this way. Right. I forgot. This can connect. This can start connecting to the routes over here. So let's go ahead and amp all of this up. Why not? Let's go that much. Since this is all out of bounds stuff too, we can just move a massive amount of stuff. This is also probably why the land is slightly easier, because there's less mass to move. Like so. And then this helps it look visually more appealing on the typography side. Especially if you have render distance and stuff up. Almost. There we go. Connected. Alright, so then we can go ahead and pull this back on over. Make this edge of the map. Oh, I love this music. See you, Victor. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I could start going through and like categorizing the Mirage areas, because that's going to be a lot of training work. That's mainly just going to need to be made into schematics from source images, which I have yet to generate and label and all of that. And I might have to like figure out what Mirage Island maps to what in game, because I think some, like on Bulbapedia, they're generally just regarded as like the island left or like to the west of Dewford and all of that directional stuff. I might just need to assign labels to them myself. But I think most islands appear like consistently on the map. And like they're consistent to where or what island shows up. Like I don't think it like rotates what map is there. It's just like they're in a set place in the world. I have no idea. I heard you talking about modding for games remake with Pixelmon, and funny enough, I'm in a little French team recreating the regions in one open world map. We've also thought of recreating Colosseum. Oh, cool. Hey, Coolio. I think I might even know what you're talking about. I mean, I have a couple of like colleagues that are doing that as well. So, not entirely sure if that's like the same team doing it, but yeah, I couldn't imagine doing like all of them in a single go. Like, I feel like having finite chapters of routes is really good for me personally, because like it's a good stopping point. I can reconsider. All right, what do I want to do next? Or do I want to take a break? But yeah, if you got a bigger team, it's going to be at least a little bit easier, because you can not be like one of like 2 or 3 people working on a map at any given time. I feel like I'm just more prone to like solo work. But it's good having like Ozzy around a decent chunk of the time. Especially helping, like, There's only so many buildings I get to. I'm gonna take a crack at like a lot of the buildings I can do in Hoenn this time. But at the same time, I have no idea what that'll look like. So, like, I did really push myself to build more things for Kalos. And like I feel like I did pretty decently on like a lot of the castle stuff I built, so I'm pretty happy with that. But like eventually I'm gonna run out of things to terrain, so that'll be where I'll probably start having to try. After I do the building interiors, of course, because I prefer doing those over exteriors. I mean, what I'm doing is not too important. I can do that literally on any time. What else do I want to do today? Let's think. So we've been streaming for 2 hours, which is a solid amount of time to be streaming, especially for me to not have drank any water that I poured 2 hours ago. My poor voice. So weird though. I'm a fire type main, but I always choose Trico. Yeah, that's I guess I don't really have a consistent type I go to. I usually gravitate towards either fire or water. Yeah, we have 5 people working on it. The hard part is open world thing, letting players go from one region to another seamlessly. Yeah, that I feel like would lead or like lend itself better to like the world painter conversation we were having, where you actually like really have to care about the out of bounds and like it's still feeling immersive. Malville City is still its very basic schematic right now. I am curious, how does this look in a map sense? Malville City. Because I don't think I've seen many of the towns themselves. That is just the entrance. Where are you at? C4, Cave of Origins, Shoal. New Malville. Oh wait, New Malville's the ship, isn't it? No, that's the Sea Malville. What are both of these then? Is New Malville the like electric area? Like the power plant? I think that might be. Ooh, Battle Resort. Where's this? A lot of these are like interiors of like Pokemon centers or nothing. Ooh, I need to import this into the world too. Let me go ahead and prep this. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Import to Photoshop. I wonder if the edges might be messing with the contrast a little. Let's go ahead and crop it. And then if we try auto contrast, I think that's what it was. I think it was an issue with the exteriors, now that I think about it, because I had like these that the contrast would probably grapple onto a lot. I don't know, let's test that theory. Redo. So that's the original. Crop. That's exactly what it was. You need to not have a white border. Hang on, is that as zoomed in as I possibly can make it? It is not. Let's try that. Any more detail we can get, the better. And I'm going to screenshot that a little better. Okay, and then if I go into Photoshop, where'd you go? Exit. New. Beautiful. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to go the Battle Resort way instead of the giant... What the heck was it in, like, Emerald and stuff? I can't remember what it was called. Quite a lot of dive spots. Oh, in the battle area? There's not any actual stuff. I think that's just texture shading. In game, though, I need to play around with Voxel Sniper for setting biomes. Because this, I am not going to be able to set all of these biomes to, like, swampland myself. That is gonna... Oh, I'm not looking forward to the ocean floor there. Because, like, this little bit was easy. It's literally a circle. Battle Frontier. Yeah, the Frontier versus the Resort. I'm probably going to go the Resort way. Keep it true to game, at least. Oh, wait, there's also a docking area. Is there a ship? Is there a ship schematic I can look for? Probably don't need to have like this many things open, especially when I'm streaming. But AMD Ryzen for the win, am I right? Where was I? I was in here. Zone Loader, Battle Resort. Battle Resort. That's a good sign. What is this area compared to the other one? It's less of the island. Oh, it's the upper levels and the Battle Mason itself. I see. Okay, so I'm gonna need to make like a composite of both of these then. That is a-okay with me. We'll do it together. So puzzle, skate ice. That's my go-to. And then let's just crop into here. Alright, now I just need to fit these together. Luckily these should be easy, it's the same top-down view, and it might even be the same scale. It is the exact same scale, I love that. So I just need to blend these a little better. So let's go ahead and crop that out. Oh wait, this is the... Can I step back? Yeah, this is what I need to undo. There we go. So that's the layer. Okay. Honestly, that's looking not too bad right there. I mean, let's see if we can get the... Let's see if we can get, like, the Battle Mason, like, pixel perfect. Because if we can, that'll probably line up with the same assets. Since it's literally the same layout here. X and Y, it's about in that direction. Let's try there. That's looking sick. Ah, so I think I might have to get going soon because my friends are over and they're going to be playing D&D. So, might need to call the stream after I at least stitch this one together. Right, I should have known they meet at 1 o'clock. That's my bad. What else am I looking for on Battle Resort? exactly this. This is what I was looking for. The dock area. So normal, puzzles, skating. Let's go ahead and copy this. Paste this in. Adjustments. There we go. And then, oh yeah, I'm going to need to extend the canvas size here a little bit. 2,000? No, it's going to need more than that. 25,000. Because the dock should be about the same size, and then I can line up here on the beach. Oh, this is going to look so cool. So line that up there. Left a line there. There we go. Now I just need to move the whole thing up. Group. Yeah, it's still not enough space. Let's bring that image canvas. Oh yeah, we're ending the stream on a banger. There we go. That's good enough for me. Because that's all I need to actually work on it. That flows together excellent. For now, the only way to go from one range into another is taking a boat. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What am I... And then is there any other thing in the battle frontier I'm missing? Or the resort? That just looks like a basic ship entrance. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and end off the stream here. Thank y'all for joining. And I'll keep y'all posted on the next time I'm working on Hoenn and stuff. Join the Discord if you're not. I post a lot of spoilers and progress pics there, so even if it's just a little bit. So thank y'all for joining, and I'll see